Yeah. So we have about 4 more minutes. I have a couple of questions left to ask you. One from one of our attendees, and then one I'd like to close with. But you specifically speak to this in the book. This question that Martha has here about how HBCUs, Black-owned banks, businesses, art districts can help repopulate the South and flip states to majority Black. And I love in the book how you say the HBCUs, you know, Louisiana Tech didn't need you, but Grambling needed you, and what that meant. And so how can the HBCUs and such, right, kind of help with this flip to make the South Black again, so to speak?
Well, I think that, you know, I don't know exactly how their own efforts could be used other than in kind of marketing on a grander scale. And I'd say that to say this: our oldest Black institutions are in the South. There may be a couple of sprinkled elsewhere, but the writ large, our oldest Black institutions are in the South. And that is because for at least the 400 years that we have been here, on this soil that became America, the majority of Black people have always been in the South. That is 400 years of legacy in that particular region, in that soil. If you live in Detroit or you live in Chicago and you go to a cemetery where one of your relatives is buried, maybe you see 1 or 2 generations of headstones, maybe, if they were part of the first wave of the Great Migration. I walked through a cemetery and the words start to disappear on the gravestones because they've been there so long, right? That is how long our legacy is there, and that means that is where our oldest, grandest institutions are, and those institutions include our HBCUs. And so what we have to do is to turn the spotlight on those and say, do we value our institutions? Do we value our places? I even say, look at all these historic majority Black cities. New Orleans, I don't know when New Orleans became majority Black, but it has always been a Black city. You know, it is, the food is Black, the music is Black. Like, you can't turn your head and not see Blackness in that city. And that was one of the tragic things when I was interviewing the mayor of New Orleans for this book, Mayor Cantrell. And she was an organizer during Katrina. And one thing she told me that never left me was when in the rebuilding after Katrina, these white kids would show up from these colleges on buses to help do this, do that, and they would help to give them something to do. And that no one came from the Black schools. And I can understand it on some level economically, but I also agree with her assessment that we didn't see this as belonging to us. And so that means, we have to start seeing, like, the Black schools should have seen New Orleans as belonging to them. We as a society should see the Black schools as belonging to us. We have to start taking ownership of Black culture writ large and investing in that Black culture. And that Black culture has to see us as the true community and investing back in community. And I don't think that we do nearly enough of